Shalom, brothers and sisters. Now, we've touched on this in the past before when I generally cover all the natural phenomenon, earthquakes, volcanoes, all those things on the community wall. Check that out on a daily basis because there's so much of that happening that I can barely keep up with that. I could probably start a second channel just with the groaning and moaning of the earth, announcing the times that we're living in, and yet people still sleep. But I digress. Researchers sound the alarm after gaining the clearest picture yet of the fault that threatens the Pacific Northwest. No one has mapped the fault structure comprehensively until now. That's the underwater fault structure. A study published on Friday in the journal Science Advances describes data gathered during a 41-day research voyage, while a vessel trailed miles-long cables along the fault to listen to the seafloor and piece together an image. I honestly wish they dropped some of those cables in the churches and politicians' houses and the streets so that people can listen as well, because if the ears go open, they might hear the gospel, they might start seeing and realizing the times they live in. But again, digressing, the team completed a detailed map of more than 550 miles of the subduction zone, the Oregon-California border stretch. We have the potential for earthquakes and tsunamis as large as the biggest ones we've experienced on the planet. This was according to Tobin, who is a University of Washington professor. Cascadia seems capable of generating a magnitude 9, or a little smaller or little bigger. I think they must tend to the little bigger as we enter the tribulation period. It'll be going 10s, 12s, and higher. I still believe that they dumb those numbers down to not stress us out. So when they say 5, it's probably a 7 and so forth, but that's just my opinion. A quake that powerful, 9 and up, could cause shaking that would last 5 minutes and generate a tsunami wave up to 80 feet tall. It would damage well over 500,000 buildings, according to emergency planning documents. Neither Oregon nor Washington is sufficiently prepared, or will ever be sufficiently prepared for what's coming. People, again, if you live in that area, don't stress. We walk with the water walker. It doesn't matter how big the tsunamis are that are coming and the earthquakes and everything. God's got us. He's got our life mapped out with him, and our journey from beginning to completion is in his hands. We don't stress. We live and move and have our being inside Christ Jesus. In the meantime, we preach the word, we share the truth of Jesus Christ, and we shine the light from our full lamps in the darkness, all the while waiting and looking up, because the King is coming. Shalom.